Now, I did post a video showcasing a POV of one of my planet coaster projects, but this is actually my first video in a while. I just finished my doctoral degree, and there's this unfortunate thing we have to write called a treatise, and that has been consuming most of the year, or actually most of the past 4 or 5 months, where I've been working on that non-stop and haven't had any extra time to devote to any gameplay videos. But now that that's all done, I have plenty more time to devote to getting content back up to my channel so that you guys can see what I'm up to, and hopefully there will be some really exciting things happening in the future. So on that note, let's back to Prehistoric Kingdom. And as you can see, this is the new update called the Jurassic Patch, I believe. And a really unfortunate thing happened is that when I installed this patch, it deleted the park that I was working on. So what I did is I went ahead and made a brand new park, and then realized after about an hour of gameplay that you can no longer save your game in the demo. So that video is completely wasted, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do in this gameplay is to do kind of a Isla Sorna style map and showcase some of the new dinosaurs and behaviors that came out with this patch. Since you can no longer save games and build parks from those saves, unfortunately it's going to have to wait until the full game comes out, where I will actually be building more parks. So unless there's another update, or until the game comes out, I think this is going to be my last Prehistoric Kingdom upload for a while. So that being said, let's get started. So like I said, this isn't going to be a park build, this is just going to be me showcasing off the new dinosaurs and behavioral features. Alright, and here we are, our completely blank map. So the first thing we need to do is to get the hatchery or cloning center, whatever it was called. Okay, so now that we've got that place, let's go in and check out the new dinos. So first up we have the Allosaurus, checking out both the feathered and scaly versions. From the yellow tip to the pelt jacket, both of the skins look pretty awesome, I have to say. Very colorful. I like that the feathers aren't as obvious on this dinosaur than they are with the T-Rex. Okay, so let's go ahead and breed 3 of these. And you can already see that we get to see the melanistic Allosaurus variant. See if we can get anything for the females. Okay, so we have an albino female variant, which is also going to be cool to show off. Select all and find a remote part of the island to try them out. Now what I'm envisioning for this is we're going to do this, like I said, Site B Isla Sorna style, and that we're going to drop off dinosaurs in various parts of the island. I want to see if territories are formed, how they interact with other species, and if they move out of regions that they were placed in. And as you can see, we're looking at a beautiful Allosaurus skin of the albino, I think the melanistic is right beside it, which also looks equally as cool. And at the moment, I don't think they're hurting. It seems a pretty independent motion. They might be pairing off, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it kind of seems like they are pairing off, because I believe that is the male Allosaurus with the female. Okay, yeah, it looks like they are pairing off. So that is a really cool feature to see. And let's go back to the Dino Center, all the way on the other side of the island. We are familiar with the Gallimimus, T-Rex, the Velociraptor. Oh, the T-Rex looks a little different. Okay, so now we have the Camarasaurus, and we're going to breed about 4 of these. And go with that ruby garnet skin is looking pretty cool. Let's see what else there is. Okay, I think we're going to go with the ruby garnet for the males. And let's breed the... Oh wait, I did that for the females. My bad. No matter, we're still getting a view of the different skins. 4 males and 4 females. Let's get these selected and find a nice place to place them. I'm going to put these a good distance away from the Allosaurus, just because I want to see the Allosaurus hunt if it gets hungry. And I put them far enough away to see if there will be any interaction between the 2 territories. Okay, so as you can see, it looks like the Camarasaurus are herding together, which is cool. Really beautiful skins on these. And still some collisions with the tail. Not that that bothers me too much, but hopefully that's an issue that will be fixed in later versions of this. And I have to say, I love the way these sound. Very authentic. Very cool. Beautiful. So we're just going to check out to see what these guys do. Now let's go check on our Allosaurus family. We're just gonna call it a family because I don't want to call it a pod or a herd. I can find them. Remember, I can't see. Doesn't look like they've wandered off. I think pretty soon we're gonna get back to the coast where they are. Yeah, okay. So, no Allosaurus to be found, which is slightly concerning. But no matter, we're just going to go ahead and get some other dinosaurs in. I can't even find the hatchery. There we go. Or the nursery. So we have the Dryosaurus, which I have to say these skins are so beautiful. And there's even a feathered version too. Okay, so we have the Scaly, which I think looks beautiful. So let's breed our males. It looks like we have one melanistic variant for the male Dryosaurus. Let's go ahead and breed some females. Okay, so we've got those all bred. Now we just need to select them all. And we'll place them a little farther off from the Camarasaurus. and see if they'll interact with them a little bit. Cool. Very cute. So you can see they're just doing a little bit of grazing and wandering. Also doing a little bit of herding, but not as much as other dinosaurs. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I can't handle that. Okay, so these are obviously the cutest of the prehistoric games so far. Really stellar job on the skins. Like, they just look so artistic, actually. Looking over there to see if any allosaurs are coming into view. They're not. And we have the Camarasaurus pod over here. Or herd. Alright, now let's do some stegosaurs. Check out these different skins we have going on here. That green opal skin is also just gorgeous. And I think we'll breed about 4 male and 4 female. I will do the female. Okay, and now we have our Stegosaurus family. So next we just need to select all of these and place them in. Excellent. These look amazing. I really have to say I appreciate how detailed the skins are, because this particular skin kind of is a throwback to the Lost World in the Jurassic Park series. It just really reminds me of that movie. So this is just absolutely amazing. As you can see, the Stegosaurus species is interacting a bit with the Camarasaurus species. So they're forming a super herd in some ways. So it's good to know that the bigger dinosaurs seem to be more compatible with each other. So now we're going to add in our last big herbivore with the Triceratops. I've showcased off this in previous videos, so these next ones are going to be pretty quick. So we've got this and the Gallimimus to add in. And then we will add in some carnivores and see what... Okay, so let's find a good place for these. Let's put them just off of the mega herd right now and see what these guys do. So the Triceratops are forming their own herd, and they seem to be being toward the Dryosaurus. Now I'm really excited to see the Gallimimus, because hopefully this will form more of a flock than a herd. So I'm kind of curious to see if these animals are just going to get in super tight bunches together, or if they're going to be a little more spread out like other species have been. Okay, so now that we've got these done, let's select all and place them. Let's find a good place in between. I think maybe a little off from the dryos. There we go. So let's just place all of these dinosaurs. And see what they do. Ah! They're flocking. Awesome. This was such a Jurassic Park moment. They are all moving together as tightly as they can, which is amazing. And now they're all breaking off. Well, okay. They were short-lived, but that was really awesome to see that connection. Now let's go back and find the Allosaurus and see if they've moved at all, because I'm sure they're getting hungry. There they are. Okay, so they haven't moved at all. They're just kind of chilling. Okay, their hunger and their thirst levels have definitely gone up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to quarantine the dinosaurs off with a river. That's going to go through all the islands, just so that we can get this simulated a little better, because I don't want them wandering across the whole island. I'm just going to use this terrain feature. Okay, so we don't want to cut through there. We'll just make a little riverbed. And okay, there's the nursery. So we just need to go around there. And back into the ocean or sea, whatever we are. I think this is the Mediterranean, so sea. Now what we need to do is to smooth the banks so the dinosaurs can get into the water. I think I'm only going to smooth out one side for most of this, though. Maybe with a couple points where they can get across just here, if they manage to make it that far. But I think we're just going to go up and smooth one side of the river, because I also want to see how they interact with the water when they get thirsty, and if they even know to go look for it. Up. This may take a few seconds. Alright, so we've come to the end of that. Smooth it up here so the Allosaurus can get into the water. And make sure we didn't harm anyone in the terrain editing. Nope, they all seem to be looking pretty good. We can't really see any of the other dinosaurs for a good bit. They're actually not even appearing on the screen until... Wait for it. Wait for it now. And even then, they're still kind of tiny, so it might be that the herbivores are just too out of range to be hunted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the carnivores. And I think we're going to... And what I'm going to do is to add them closer to the herbivores and see if any hunting instincts will kick in. Okay, so now we've got the male velociraptors, and now we need to add in the female velociraptors. So you can see we have a large pack of velociraptors, and I'm thinking they should do something similar to the Gallimimus, although they may be a little more independent since they are carnivores. So let's find a good place to put all these guys in. I think just downwind of the herbivores is going to do it. Oh, he's running. We've got a runner. Don't know what's going on. Okay, so that one is going back to the pack. This is exactly why you don't go in the long grass. Hopefully you all got that reference. If not, then I'm really old. Ugh. Okay, so now we're going to do some Tyrannosaurs. Do a male and a female. Just one each. And I think we're also going to put these a little upwind of the herbivores because we don't want anything to happen between the T-Rex and the Velociraptor because we all know how that goes. But just close enough that if the T-Rex gets hungry, it can find a food source pretty easily. Okay, lots of T-Rex collisions here, but it definitely looks like they're forming a pair. So as you can see, the female dinosaur is immediately looking at the super herd of herbivores. I don't know what's going to happen, but checking in with these guys, it looks like they're getting pretty hungry and thirsty, which is a little confusing because they're near an ocean. Maybe because it's salt water. So why don't we lower the terrain so we can create a little bit of a lake and smooth it out. Maybe they'll start drinking. Okay, well we can see the sauropod is walking in the water, which is cool. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so now we know the dinosaurs can swim because you can see in the background we have the Stegosaurus swimming. I think what we may need to do is raise up the level a bit so it can get out, maybe. Oh no, it's walking out. Okay. I was concerned it was stuck. But it is actually getting out of the lake, or pond. I don't really see them drinking out of it. Which is a bit... Oh, wait, maybe this one will? No, it's going to go for a swim. Okay, well, it's thirsty, so it's going to go swimming. That's fine. That one is getting extremely thirsty, so maybe this one will drink some water too. No, it's turning away. Great. Now let's check to see where our velociraptors went. They are gone. That is the one thing that you don't want to happen. Alright, where'd they go? Okay, I see one. Alright, where's the rest? Oh, they're all in the river. Also, another bug that I'm noticing with the plants is that they still stay in the water. As you can see with that palm tree. Hopefully, in the future with terrain editing features that when plants go underwater, they disappear. I don't mind grass so much, but it's really jarring to see some trees just poking out of the water. I mean, I'm happy to delete them myself, but it would be nice to have that feature. Okay, so since no one is drinking any water, I'm just going to place some water troughs throughout to see what happens. And they are all going to the water. Okay, ignore the giant lake that's there and water on the shore, but go to the little bowls of water. Okay, that makes plenty of sense. We'll be able to keep them from getting too dehydrated, so they are drinking from that at least. Can't really see how this is affecting other dinosaurs. The T-Rex is still doing pretty good with the hunger and thirst. Although it's a little disappointing how they're not going into survival mode as much. Because I remember in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis that when you wanted to do a Site B kind of thing and just let them loose into the wild, they were at least able to roam around enough that they could hunt and eventually find food sources and water. So this is a little underwhelming. that they're just kind of staying the territories that they're placed in. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to place some sauropod and herbivore feeders so that they're at least eating, and maybe once the other dinosaurs get hungry enough, they'll... Oh, okay, so this one's drinking. That's good. Okay, scratch what I just said. So at least that the dinosaurs will try and find the water source. Or as far as the food source goes, I figured they'd be grazing off the trees or eating one another. Alright, so let's go check on the T-Rex again and see what's going on here. Okay, so now they're starting to wander. Let's go check on the Allosaurus. I hope they're not in the same place still. They're in the exact same place I left them. Okay. And it doesn't... That one doesn't seem to be doing so good. So it's extremely hungry and thirsty. And not looking to drink any of the water around it. Same with this one. Oh, that one's dead. Ooh, it did. Okay, so I don't know if this killed it or is scavenging off of it, but I have a feeling that that dinosaur died. Okay, it says the animal has died, not has been killed. So it is being scavenged upon by the other dinosaurs, which is cool. Was kind of hoping to see a little bit of hunting, but let's give them a feeder and some water so that they don't at least die. Okay, so these guys are doing much better, and the other one died. Okay, so not doing so hot taking care of the Allosaurus. 3 of them are dead. 3 of them are dead. And they didn't really seem to move from that area at all. I don't know if it's because there were no other dinosaurs to interact with, but that's a bit disappointing. And we have a similar situation with the T-Rex pair. They're just kind of staying in the same place also. The Velociraptors are nowhere to be found. Right, where'd they go? Okay, there they are. They're swimming. So I wonder if they got stuck and they can't get out. Why don't we try smoothing up the bank so they have an access point to get out. Okay, increase the size. Maybe that'll help. Because as much as I love to see velociraptors swimming, I think they might be stuck. Okay, maybe that'll be enough to get them out. Okay, they seem to be going off the shore, which is great. Checking in with the superpod, not much seems to be going on. Okay, so now that this is done, let's just speed things up with the gameplay. Now that the animals have basic needs taken care of with the water and food in some cases, let's speed it up and see if we can get these animals to move around or if they're just going to stay in the same spots. Okay, not much change is happening at all. You can see the 2 T-Rex are right above where my mouse is. They're not moving a ton at all. They're just kind of staying in the same place. Yeah, they're just basically staying there. And with the Velociraptors, they are still going for swim, but they're coming out now that they have a place to get out, which is good. So where are they heading to? This one seems to be finally moving. Long distance away. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This might be it. How close are we getting to the herbivores? Okay, so we have some substantial movement of the velociraptors. It looks like they're going towards the water. So they are now at the water. Oh, okay, you can see to the north of the screen that we have a T-Rex that is slowly moving towards the herbivores, which is exciting. I don't know if it's because it's hungry or if it knows that there's a water bowl. In either case, that's exciting. Yeah, we have officially a T-Rex has entered the super herd. This other one is just kind of not doing so good and just resting, so let's move it closer now that we know that the T-Rex has actually finally moved to a different area. Now we have the velociraptors just coming for the water bowl, and then they're just kind of taking off back into their little domain. Okay, so they have established a territory and they are willing to move out of it, which is interesting. It seems like if enough time goes by, the dinosaurs will start exploring out. And it looks like we have a bit of a conflict with one of the stegosaurs and the T-Rex. It says it's chasing. Now it's not. Okay, ooh, so we have some combat interaction. The T-Rex is fleeing. I think that's a good call. This is exciting. Okay, so I'm glad to see that we have some interactive behaviors finally getting set up. It seems like if the basic needs of the animals are met, that's when they're going to start exploring. Okay, so we have this T-Rex over here, just taking a drink break. The velociraptors still kind of doing their own thing away. Oh no, here it is. Okay, so it has gone much closer to the herbivores. And we have a T-Rex and velociraptor sharing a water bowl. They don't even seem to notice each other. Let's just speed it up and see what happens. That T-Rex is going off somewhere, so it is in hunt mode. But the velociraptors are just kind of not doing anything. I was hoping 3 or 4 of them would get together and like attack a specific animal. But it just looks like they're more exploratory. I wonder if bigger raptors in this game later on will have that ability. Because I do understand they're quite small. It might not have been coded to work that way. But it is definitely nice to see that the T-Rex is taking on a Stegosaurus, and that there's little hunting interaction. Although, I'm kind of surprised that it's not even going after the Velociraptor. Because that's such an easy target for the T-Rex if they're just standing next to each other. Okay, so we have T-Rex running off. We have about 5 Velociraptors. 4, sorry, can't count. Oh, now there's 5. 6. 6 Velociraptors coming together. But it seems like it's a different pack. It's like the Velociraptors I created form 2 different packs. Okay, so this Camarasaurus has died. And it looks like the T-Rex is trying to scavenge off of it, but it's being blocked by the Stegosaurus. So that's kind of cool. Let's move it out of the way though, just because I don't want it to die. It's not doing so hot with the health. Okay, so nothing with the Velociraptors. Okay, so we have a T-Rex by the fallen Camarasaurus. I don't quite know what's going on. It's kind of hard to see. I should get a better angle. Okay, so it's looking like it's trying to feed or drink water. I can't really tell. Looks like it's fleeing the T-Rex, but it's kind of stuck between the Camarasaurus and the water. Okay, it's just kind of chilling out. Oh, the Camarasaurus killed the T-Rex, so that's plot twist for you. And the Velociraptors are just kind of hanging around the water source. Yeah, I think we need to take this to the next level and breed a few more T-Rexes. Just so that we can add some chaos to this. We've got one T-Rex and one Allosaurus to add into this, so I'm curious to see how the Allosaurus is going to do, because I'm pretty sure the ones we placed earlier are just not moving. So we have the T-Rex eating the other T-Rex. Okay, I expected that much. Put that gorgeous feathered T-Rex skin into the mix. And the Allosaurus is immediately causing trouble. All the Gallimimus are fleeing. Yep, they are running. Where's the Allosaurus? It is dead already, so that did not last against all the herbivores. At all. That's quite surprising. Okay. So this T-Rex is just kind of hanging away from everyone, which is cool. And we just have Velociraptors not doing too much. So I think what we're going to do is going to create an entire pack, huge pack of Velociraptors, and that we are just going to unleash into the middle of the herbivore herd. And we're going to see if they can work together to take down a target, because the Dryosaurus isn't that big and should be a reasonable dinosaur to take on. Or even the Gallimimus, but those are a bit bigger. So we'll just see what happens when we place a bunch of Velociraptors. Okay, so we've got all 25 Velociraptors. So what we need to do now is select them all, and then place them, and see what kind of chaos ensues. Okay, so this seems to be right in the middle of things. We want to place it here. Looks like there's a bit of fighting going on, and that a T-Rex killed a Triceratops. So let's find the Gallimimus and Dryosaurus. Okay, so they're kind of spread out a bit here. Let's put them there. Okay, so we're about to unleash 25 Velociraptors onto this unsuspecting herd, and see what happens. Okay, the Velociraptors are just kind of scattering off and running around. I expected the herbivores to kind of like flee, because, you know, a pack of 25 Velociraptors running around is not something that I would personally want to be around. The Dryosaurus is just kind of looking at those, and they're like, and they're not really reacting. Okay, well that was a failed experiment. I was hoping that they would start grouping together and taking on some dinosaurs. It's not the case. We gave it a good effort though. Okay, so we have a few casualties in the herbivores. It looks like we have a Triceratops or two that's gone down. Oh, that's the same Allosaurus, never mind. But as far as the Velociraptors, they don't seem to be doing anything. Speed it up just to see what happens. And they're just kind of running around like crazy. So not much. Yeah, they are actually much smaller than the Dryosaurs, so I'm wondering if that's the reason that they're just not... Okay, well, we seem to have explored most of the new features of this new patch. I have to say there's some really awesome things going on, and seeing how they interact. One thing I hope that will change is that the Velociraptors have a little bit more of a pack mentality than they did in this run-through. I'd be curious to see what they would do with a maybe herbivore dinosaur that's about their size. If they would hunt that or just kind of do the same running around that they've been doing. The conclusion, it seems that if you put dinosaurs too far away from each other, that they're going to stay in the territories that you've placed them and not wander around too much. The Triceratops seems to be the dinosaur that roams the farthest. But as you saw, the Allosaurus family that I placed at an isolated part of the island didn't do much of anything and just kind of stayed in one place. Regardless though, the new dinosaurs look absolutely fantastic and they sound great, and I really like how they function together in terms of their interactions. I think that's a really cool feature that was added to this patch, and I'm really excited to see how this develops in the future. Unfortunately, I think this might be the last Prehistoric Kingdom gameplay I do for a while. But if anyone has any suggestions for other zoo or theme park games that they would like me to check out and play around with, leave a comment below, and I'm happy to give that a look, and maybe I'll make a video out of it. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, this is RCT3 Imagineer, signing off.